thank you, Sharon, and thank you, all of you. You've been such wonderful new comrades in this quest to help our children's development and help in the adventure that we have embarked on at Jumpstart. Could you please let me know if you can't hear me? Most people can't hear me, so just raise your hand if you can't. Okay. I think it doesn't project over here where I was. We've been open at Jumpstart for nearly a year, but the analysts from WCP, from the Washington Center for Psychoanalysis, have been intimately involved in the gestation, the multi-year gestation. Yeah, can you hear me now? Okay. And we hope and really expect that Jumpstart will be influential in the reform of child care throughout our country. I personally and everyone involved in Jumpstart are seriously impressed with our wonderful group of WCP analysts. They've helped develop the unique model. They've committed months of their precious time and thoughtful, insightful discussion of best practices. And now with the center in operation, they commit regular pro bono time each week to classroom consultation and teacher support and mentoring, to say nothing of their prodigious fundraising efforts. They really are willing to be stretched beyond familiar boundaries. I'm going to spend my 10 minutes up here telling you about some of the steps that led me to service at Jumpstart and also at the Family Place, at the community center that Sharon told you about. And I'm not sure it's necessary to tell an audience of psychoanalysts of the critical importance of early childhood in shaping people for life. But I really do find that others who play critical roles in children's lives, including parents and politicians and teachers and the courts, really do need to learn what we can teach them. Huge amounts of research tell us that kids growing up in deprived and stunted environments do poorly. They drop out of school, they end up in jail, they become teenage parents, and the research also reveals that these bad outcomes can be prevented by early intervention and enrichment. Prevention is the key. By the time a child is in first grade, we are playing catch-up, and not always successfully. A few statistics. In the United States, about 3/4 of children from 1 month to 3 years of age experience non-parental care while their parents work. The studies also reveal that the majority are in substandard care. Television is on, the babies are confined in bouncing chairs, bottles are propped. There's little individual attention except when the baby is crying. And perhaps worst of all, the babies are faced with strangers nearly every day because of high staff turnover. At least 1/3 of the average daycare center's employees quit each year. A high priority of Jubilee Jumpstart is teacher retention. Together with WCP, we are developing ways to retain teachers through education, support, supervision, a collaborative environment, and decent pay and benefits. Research shows that the effects of daycare quality last for decades. There's an article that Jessica Canfield, our executive director, sent around just today. Jessica, raise your hand. That describes an NIH multi-year study that actually I was in on 5 or 6 years ago, that shows that the effects of daycare, whether good or bad, last through adolescence adolescence, the kids who have not received good daycare have more adjustment problems, do worse in school, and so these effects that are very evident in early childhood really have duration. So that gives what we're doing to intervene even greater weight. Of course, a child's family is still the key to a secure and happy childhood. And at Jumpstart, we welcome parents, and we know of their vital importance to a child's development. We are beginning at Jumpstart to put into practice what we're calling our Family Partner program. That means regular home visits. And we're going to be fully implementing the Family Partner program as soon as we can raise the money for the home visitors' salaries. This is a pitch, a fundraising pitch. I have found in my 40 years of, first I was funded by NIH, and that's continuous grant writing, and then the family place. The begging is a real part of this effort to bring quality and decent care to the most vulnerable. We must be their voices and their advocates. And I know some of you in this room are advocates. Anyway, we are acutely aware that, especially for infants and toddlers, that parents are primary in their influence, and we really want to help them do their job better. We begin early at Jumpstart, and we aim high. Our 50 children range in age from 6 weeks to 4 years, and most of them come from low-income, single-parent homes with many family problems. Jumpstart children are welcomed each day by name into the bright, beautiful surroundings of our new center on the first floor of a renovated low-income apartment building in Adams Morgan, in part of Jubilee Housing. And the babies feel comfortable and safe with teachers whom they know and who know them. They engage in activities and games and books that foster their knowledge and creativity. We use a curriculum that's been tested and proved effective. The children get enriching meals. They're soothed when they're cranky. They're pushed towards individuation, and autonomy, and creativity is respected. And their engagement with other children is supported and encouraged. We have the joy of seeing these babies flourish in the atmosphere of love and nurture. We'd actually be more than happy for you to come and see for yourself. Could arrange that. I became convinced that what we're doing at Jumpstart is vitally important when I was a 21-year-old medical student. An instructor in my neuroanatomy class lent me a set of microscopic slides that, after nearly 60 years, I'm very old, still blow me away. And on your table, there's a bookmark in which I reproduced two of these slides that were my epiphany as a medical student. And you can take them home if you want to. These are not diagrams or schematics. They are magnified photographs of actual brain tissue from two different children. The slides are prepared in such a way as to bring out the axons and dendritic fibers of the frontal cortex and the synaptic junctions at the tip of each fiber that make their connection with other neurons. On one side of your card is a section of frontal cortex from a newborn. The dark spots are the cell bodies of neurons, and the little strings projecting from the cell